So we're doing a Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life character tier list. So we're gonna do we're gonna do my favorite characters versus my least favorite characters from the game. So, and I kind of apologize. There's probably gonna be there's actually one or two characters that I remember. I know that they probably changed their names in this game, but in Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Life and Another Wonderful Life, they have these names. So these are the names that I remember. So I apologize if I get the names wrong. Um, so the first character we're gonna start with is Nina, and she's the kind old woman that you meet in the first chapter, and she's very sweet. Um, Carter, he's the guy that you help out at the dig site. He's actually he's actually like really funny, but he's really annoying sometimes. So I'll put him in B. Okay. So this character, if you've played the GameCube game and the PS2 of Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Life, Another Wonderful Life, and then A Wonderful Life Special Edition, this is the Doctor. So his name in those games are Dr. Hardy, but in this game his name is Dr. Baddock. And he seems like a nice guy, but I will admit the first couple times I played through the game, he was just really creepy. So I'm gonna put him down here because, again, I don't really like him. Okay, so this next person is Nina's husband, and in A Wonderful Life and Another Wonderful Life, his name is Galen. But then but they changed his name in Story of Seasons, and his name is Gavin. Now, in the first chapter, he seems really nice. But then after that, when his wife dies, he becomes like all bitter, and I guess that's to be expected. But I honestly don't like him, so we'll just put him in D. I want to say he's probably like one of the worst characters ever. And then Daryl, the scientist, I don't like him. He's just weird and creepy. Okay. See if I can remember his name. I know in A Wonderful Life and Another Wonderful Life, his name was Tim. I want to say his name is in Story of Seasons they changed his name. I want to say they changed his name to like Ty, because I know they changed his wife, and this is Rock's dad. Rock's mom, they changed her name to Lou, although her name in Another Wonderful Life and A Wonderful Life is Ruby. So I want to say his name is Ty, Tei. I think that's his name. And again, I don't really like interact with him unless unless I'm like in the inn. So, yeah. Okay, so this next guy this is the homeless dude. And in A Wonderful Life and Another Wonderful Life, this guy's name was Murray. And I want to say I think his name is Pui, Pui, in Story of Seasons. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's his name in the game. But again, I don't really like him, so no. Okay, so this is one of the twins. The two firework dudes, the twins. Now I think they both have different names in Story of Seasons, but in A Wonderful Life and Another Wonderful Life, their names were Patrick and Casey. But I want to say that their names are Cole and Casey. So I wonder, I think both of them, um, I think they just changed one of the names, but I could still be wrong. But again, I don't like those two characters, so we're gonna move them to the bottom because I'm sorry, but they suck. Okay, Vesta. I'm just gonna go right out and say it. I don't like Vesta. I've always thought she was. I always thought she was creepy. Even back when I was playing Harvest Moon on the GameCube. And then obviously there's no explanation why I absolutely hate Gustafa. He's just creepy. I hate him. I've never liked him even when I played A Wonderful Life or Another Wonderful Life. I never married him in Another Wonderful Life because one, he's creepy, and two, his kid, oh my gosh, I feel bad for the kid. The kid just looks, he's not even that cute. Oh yeah, Gustafa's kid is like, ew. I just feel so bad. Why would you marry, I mean, I feel bad for the kid because it's like, wow, why would the kid look like his dad? I don't know. But yeah, I don't like Gustafa. He's creepy. Okay, so this is the main protagonist of Harvest Moon and Story of Seasons. He goes by his real name is either Jack or Mark. So, I mean, yeah. We'll put him in S because, he's the main character, so why not? Okay, so this gal is one of the, if you played A Wonderful Life or A Wonderful Life Special Edition, she was one of the bachelorettes. And her name was Celia. So they changed her name to Cecilia. And actually, she's probably like one of my favorite bachelorettes because she's also a farmer as well. And what's great about her is that when you marry her, your kid will become a farmer. No questions asked. Because, okay, your character is a farmer and then she's a farmer. There you go. Your kid will either do ranching or farming or both, which is great. So we'll put her in S because she's probably considered one of my favorite characters. Hugh. I like Hugh. He's actually a pretty cool kid. Kate. I don't really care for Kate. I mean, she's okay, but she's not really like my favorite. Okay, so this is the Abominable Snowman. I think his name is Muka Muka. I could be wrong. Like I said, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's his name. He's actually a pretty cool snowman, and you can actually no, it's a girl. You can actually see her only during winter, because then after that she's like asleep. Like she pretty much like hibernates. So, yeah. Ramona. Okay. I know Ramona seems like a very nice lady, but I'm sorry, but I don't like her. She's like one of my least favorite characters. I do not like her. Okay, so Takakakura, which is supposed to be like your father's best friend, who doesn't matter who you play, a boy or a girl. This is your dad's best friend. He helps you run the farm. He's actually a pretty cool guy, so we'll put him in A. Van. I will admit that Van, he's a salesman, and I do like him because he sells really good stuff, but as a person, I don't like him. I would probably consider him being probably one of the worst characters in the game. Okay, so this is Vesta's younger brother, Matthew. So they changed his appearance and his name because he was Marlin in A Wonderful Life and Another Wonderful Life. He was actually one of the bachelors in Another Wonderful Life. And again, I never married Marlin, and I will never marry Matthew because he was considered one of the hardest bachelors to impress and win over. But yeah, I don't. Matthew is probably one of the ones that I don't care for. So we're going to put him in C. Now, Chris, this is Hugh's mom. She's very nice. I do like her character a lot. So we'll put her in A. Okay, so now this is the next character. This is the next bachelorette that is probably one of the easiest ones that you can marry, and she's actually one of my favorites. So in A Wonderful Life and Another Wonderful Life, she went by Muffy. You know, she worked at the Blue Bar with Griffin, who they changed his name to Gavin. I want to say they changed his name to Gavin. So, and actually with Gavin, I don't really care for him, but Muffy, aka Molly, that's her name in Story of Seasons. She's considered probably one of the easiest bachelorettes you can marry. But unfortunately, her kid will have no interest in farming, like at all. So, yeah, you can marry her, but keep in mind that she or he, depending on if you decide to have a boy or a girl, she'll be like more interested in she'll like being an athlete or a musician or artist or something. So, yeah. But I do like Molly. She's pretty cool. Okay, so now this is Kate's dad. So in A Wonderful Life and Another Wonderful Life, his name was Grant. So his name in Story of Seasons is Garrett. And I don't really talk to him, so we'll put him in C because he's really one that I really don't interact with. Okay, then this is Chris's husband and Hugh's father. So in Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Life and Another Wonderful Life, his name was Wally. So then in Story of Seasons, they changed his name to Sully. So yeah, he's Sully. But again, I don't really interact with him. So, eh. Okay, so Nami, she was another bachelorette that you could marry in Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Life, or a Wonderful Life Special Edition. But she was considered one of the hardest bachelorettes to marry because she only liked fall and winter flowers, but or fossils from like the dig site. So I mean, you could try to, but she was just really hard to impress. So I just never really bothered with her when I played A Wonderful Life. But yeah. Anyway, she's a pretty cool character. I'd probably put her in B. Okay, so now this guy, he's an artist, but he's a new bachelor. This guy used to be, if you played, you know, A Wonderful Life or Another Wonderful Life, he was an artist, and his name was Cody. You know, he was a big, he was a big black guy. You know, he was like tall and broad and stuff. But then they changed his appearance and his name. So now they made him like less muscular and shorter and younger. Because Cody was older. They made him younger. And they changed his name. So now his name is Gordy. And I'm guessing he's probably another one of the hardest bachelors to marry. But I don't really interact with him, honestly. So let's put him in C. So this character is Flora. and she's Carter's assistant. You'll see her helping Carter out in the dig site, and she's actually very nice. Um, I would probably consider her Carter's like a girlfriend because I don't know, just they look like they could be together. So yeah, and I actually really liked her. I really like her character, so I'll put her an A. Okay, so Lumina has two. Okay, because there's younger Lumina and then older. Okay, so if you've played Harvest Moon, uh, a Wonderful Life Special Edition on the PlayStation 2, which I never have, I've never played that. Um, Lumina was another girl you could marry only on that game. So I think it's cool, and I'm actually really excited because since I never played Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Life Special Edition, I've always wanted to marry Lumina. So I just think it's so cool that now in Story of Seasons they added her as a bachelorette, and I haven't had a chance to marry her yet, but I'm going to. Um, and I'm guessing she's probably one of the easiest bachelorettes you can marry, kind of like Muffy and Celia. So, yeah. Um, but I do like her character, so I'll put her in S. Okay, so this next character is Kate's mom and Grant, aka Garrett's wife. And her name is, well, if you played Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Life, and Another Wonderful Life, her name was Samantha. But then in Story of Seasons, they changed her name to San, S-A-N, because since she's kind of Japanese, she has like a Japanese type vibe. Since Grant, aka Garrett, is obviously he's Japanese, they made her look Japanese as well. So yeah, although Kate doesn't look Japanese. um, but she's actually a very, very nice woman. I do like her, so we'll put her in A. Okay, so now this next character is the female protagonist of this game. So she was the main character in Harvest Moon Another Wonderful Life. When Harvest Moon A Wonderful Life was the main character was a boy. This one is for the girl. So this girl went by different names. Like her name was like Jill, Pony, and then in Story of Seasons they changed her name to Maya. But it doesn't matter who you name her. I still think her name could be Jill. That's what I called her. Um, but I really do like her character. She's, yeah, I she's considering since she's the main character, we'll put her in S. Okay. So I know a lot of people that have played Harvest Moon, Another Wonderful Life. They have married Rock, or they don't. I know how they feel about Rock. Um, I know that Rock can be full of himself, and he's lazy. He doesn't like to work, but actually, when you marry him, he completely changes. He becomes like this responsible father and husband. I mean, seriously. Um, Before you marry him, he will like sleep until like noon or 1 in the afternoon, and then just won't work. He'll just sit around. When you marry him and have a kid with him, he will seriously change. Like he will all of a sudden he will get up at 6 a.m. Not I'm not kidding. He will wake up at 6 a.m. and he will sometimes help your girl character around the farm and with your kid. So he has become very responsible. And I have to laugh because it's like I always remember like the proposal, you know. He tells the female character Jill, I won't work, and he's like, "Are you okay with that?" And she's like, "Yeah." But it's like I have to laugh at that because it's like, well, obviously he proves her wrong and he works hard because he realizes that he loves her and he wants to help her out, which I think is very cool. So he's actually not that bad of a character. He's actually really nice. And I mean, I know a lot of people don't like him because he's lazy and he's so full of himself. But believe me, give him a chance. Anyway, we'll go ahead and put him in S. Okay, so now this is Rock's mom, Ruby, aka Lou, and that owns the inn. So in Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Life and Another Wonderful Life, the inn was called the Inner Inn. But in Story of Seasons, they changed the name of the inn to, oh man, I don't know. I want to say, well, I want to say it's called Lie-In, Lei, because it was supposed to be like a mixture of Ty and Lou's name. So I want to say it's called Lie-In, Lei, but I could be wrong. But I do like her character, and she's a fabulous cook. Okay, so last but not least, we have Sebastian, which is Lumina and Ramona's butler in the mansion that they live at in Forgotten Valley. And I honestly don't like him. He's creepy. Yeah. So anyway, there you go, guys. Here's my tier list of my Harvest Moon, Story of Season, A Wonderful Life characters. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys later. Bye!